Hello fellow option traders, this is Jeff and this is an update of the Profit Tent portfolio for November 27th, 2012. Alright, a little bit of let's take a look at, first we'll go to the monitor tab, alright, and this is the Profit Tent portfolio right here. We have $6,000 of risk out here. And we're at $529 so far right now as of pre-market. It is about 9 a.m. Eastern time, half hour before the market opens. So we're looking pretty good. We are at probably about 65 to 70% of our possible total here. And let me just go over here, and I want to say I'm going to hide simulations, and here's where we're sitting with the 444.53. That includes this, my calendar, so let's get rid of that. Take that insurance policy off of there. There we are at 529.42, just like it said on the other page. This is white line is current price, red line is at expiration. Max profit on this is 729 if you watch this box. And as the crosshair crawls along this red line, 729 is the max. We're at 529. We're $200 from the max. I was possibly thinking of closing this week, but I don't think I am, and here's the reason why. Let's take a look at probability. So this one standard deviation is right here between these lighter blue lines here, and what this is telling me is that right as of right now there's like a 75% chance that this is going to expire within this range here. And that's a pretty good chance. If I go all the way out here to where I start actually losing money, there is a 90% chance that it's going to stay within this range between here and here. If I go out to break even, now it's telling me that there is like a 95% chance that this position will not lose money. Now, anything can happen, and probably will, but define anything. So we don't know. So let me go back here and reset the slices. I'm going to leave this the way that it is for right now. Here's what I'm thinking for January. I'm going to hide positions. We'll go to a single symbol here, and I'm looking at shorts at 61 and 62 on the low side, which is down here. And I'm looking at shorts on the long side at 68 and 69, which is here and here. Let's change the probability to the expiration for that particular trade. And notice that we are within, we're at the break even on both ends is almost contained within the one standard deviation, which is starts here and ends here. So that's a pretty wide range. Note also that, let me bring this up a little bit here, that on the call or on the put side, the premium is much higher that you would collect, even though we're almost delta neutral. The premium is higher on the puts because there's more risk to the downside. Can we protect that? Well, we could go further out of the money if we wanted to, but we're already scraping the bottom of the barrel on the call side. So I'm not sure. I may drop this down to 60 and 61 here. I could do that. Let's take a look and see what happens if I do that. Do that. So let's change that to 60. Change that to 54. Change this to 61. And change that 253. Alright, still a pretty decent credit, almost equal now to what we get on the high side. Max profit is 564. There's not a lot of volatility in the market right now. There's not a lot of premium to be had. One of the things that we could do as an alternative also is to throw a calendar on right around our strikes. And in this example I have one at 60 right around our short strikes. And if I do that, you can see that this break-even point here moves out a little bit. Is it worth it? Is it worth, I have 3 of them set up here. Is it worth it to do these for 32 cents? That's like, that's $90, and that's going to eat into the profit, but give a little bit more on the downside. Something that can be done later, or rather than rolling, we can just add more iron condors if the market falls, or even if it goes up. If it raises, we can add more also. Another thing that we could do that I'm thinking about doing is adding an iron condor on the Russell. And this is the one that I'm thinking about right here. We're still at probability date of January expiration, monthly expiration. This one is biased a little bit more towards the downside, but it can be shifted around. And this is a $1.30 credit. I may put this on in addition to the Qs just to add a little bit more juice. This will add $130 to our profit. Of course, it's going to add $500 to the risk. Let's take a look at portfolio beta weighted. We're still hiding positions. Let's beta weight it with SPY, which SPY has a beta of 1, so that we would always want to beta weight it with SPY. And let's take this stuff off. Take Chipotle off. I have a tentative trade in that. Russell and SPY. There we go. Alright, now take a look at this. Center it up here. Still looking at January. Looking at the downside. We're a little bit outside the standard deviation here. There is a 90% probability that this will make some money. And on the upside, there's a 85% probability. So we would take the 85%, the lowest one. It's not gonna fail us on both ends. So this is $6,500 in risk to make 694, which is, you know, like a 1 to 10, which is what we have been doing, or 10 to 1, I guess you could call it if you're saying risk to reward. 10 times the risk for 1 times the reward. Pretty typical for a high probability trade, and it's acceptable to me. Also trying to keep transaction costs down and doing 1 iron condor in Russell versus 18 of them in the Qs saves a lot in transaction costs. So that's another reason why I'm considering that for January. Not going to do anything right now. The market this morning, we are at 9:02 a.m. right now, is pretty flat. Holidays are coming up. There's probably not going to be too much going on over the holidays, Christmas and New Year's. So there's a good possibility that usually what happens when there's low volume is the market just kind of drifts up slowly. And that's what I'm sort of counting on, unless Washington or Europe or somebody decides that they really want the economy to take a nosedive. And that's a possibility too. Alright, so that's it for Profit Tent Portfolio. If you get a chance, take a look at Trading Pro System, where I get a lot of the ideas that I'm currently using, even on my credit spreads. Just thinking a little bit out of the box and you know, it was a great course for anybody who wants to get in on the basics and learn how to trade options. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.